And we are live. I believe so. Welcome everyone. As you can tell, we're back in the green screen setup today. I don't know if this is particularly a better thing to do. I definitely feel like it's probably better for the overall experience. The only issue with this setup that I haven't figured out yet is getting a monitor at the same eye level as my camera because I'm standing up. But I think if I just sat down with this one, it might actually be a good thing. Because it's just so awkward looking down all the time. And I had to watch one of the first ones back and I was like, wow, it's just like so unattractive, if you will, just like trying to connect. And today is the first live stream, by the way, for those who are watching after the fact. Today's the first live stream, so it's 10 a.m. my time. Normally I do these at 7 p.m. my time. And this is going to be catering for the US market. It's going to be typically a day before today, so it'll be your Sunday afternoon for most people in the world, apart from Australians and New Zealanders. And then so we're going to obviously move that every single month to different times. That way everyone, you know, it's going to suit the Europeans and then back to us in Australia and then the US, and we'll just keep circling around there. I think that's probably the best thing to do. 20 watching, Jesus. Guys, I don't have my chat up here. I got OBS is being a little bit annoying. All right, let's get something other than my OBS screen up here real quick. Yeah, look, if you're watching now, hit the like button. I'm going to do something a little bit different, guys, because first of all, everyone welcome. Bear with me here. I'm actually going to see if I can somehow get my chat up on my phone here. OBS typically allows that, but anyway, it's a bit annoying. I'm doing something different because what I am going to end up doing is for the first like 20 minutes, half hour on these videos, depending on the quantity of the news, I'm going to be doing just a breakdown of all the possible news during that last week. So everyone is up to date and we can kind of have a bit of a discussion around the news on the live stream. But, and I'm going to be completely transparent with everyone, I like to make sure my videos and quality is completely polished, perfect, before I upload. And that means sometimes redoing videos 5, 6, 7 times, right? So for me to come on a live stream where I'm not in my element, it's a bit difficult for me to like feel like I'm in a good position and just like ring off a whole bunch of news for half an hour and just like, because I'm so used to being a YouTuber, right? Where I can just like, if I stutter or make a mistake, which those who know me, I tend to talk quite quick and sometimes I get lost in my own words. So it's easier to cut those out or redo, and you can't do that on a live stream, right? So obviously I'm going to repurpose those sort of news segments into a whole video itself, right? So, and I don't really want to do that with bad quality live stream. So what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 weeks is just doing AMAs with everyone here and trying to break down as much information I can. Pardon me, you can ask me any sort of questions you like, and we'll have more of a discussion and we'll kind of break things down. Now, I obviously want to remember that people are watching this after sort of the fact, and so therefore I don't want to be looking down all the time and obviously just answering questions 24/7. So I want to kind of get into some of the better questions you guys might have during the last week, and then after the 4 weeks, I'm going to look at doing the segments. So essentially after the live stream, I'm just going to jump straight into doing the news as if I was live streaming, just to make sure that I'm essentially comfortable and up to the task of, you know, doing that live essentially without any sort of breaks, right? So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. It's purely from a wanting to have a nice polished product, nothing more, nothing less, right? Yeah, this is the thing with doing it in my recording studio here, is that I'm gonna have to try to find a way to get the chat up, because right now I don't have that, right? So bear with me, guys. Just give me two minutes here and let me figure out a way I can get the chat logs up. Hopefully you're all having a good day. Here we go. All right, we got you. Sweet. We got to use the old phone, but hey, it's like, look, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Let me just welcome some of you. 619, welcome, brother. Ahmed, welcome. Ruby John. Okay, John, guys, Rubicon John is my moderator, my first moderator. So he's going to be trying to figure out, because either of us haven't moderated before, right? So we don't know the capabilities. So he's just going to be playing around a bit. And once we get in the groove of things are going to be a lot more succinct, right? So I want to give a big shout out to him. Tony, welcome everyone. Get ready, guys. I'm going to answer some questions in just a moment. I just want to say hello to everyone here. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get back to everyone, but I hope you're all doing really well. Your beard is, I'm glad you said that, Tony. I'm glad you mentioned the beard because I'm getting a haircut today. I think I haven't had a haircut for like 2 or 3 months, right? And I'm an Italian, right? So we grow hair very fast. Now, the reason I was growing the beard out was because I wanted to style it for the first time in my life, but I think I definitely let everything go overdue. So you're going to be seeing a new person very soon, right? Yeah. Smash the like button, guys. Really appreciate it. And, thank you for, as I always say, but it really does mean a lot to me that you guys come in every single time, not just for the live streams. It's great interacting with everyone, but it's also really good seeing, you guys comment on the videos and like the videos and just... Now, I'm doing 2 videos a day. It does take quite a bit of a toll because of the quality I uphold and I like to uphold. So I'm thinking about, oscillating those. So every 2 weeks, I'll do 2 videos a day, and then doing 1 video a day just to kind of give myself a bit of a break. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, we were testing things, right? Okay, guys, I think, yeah. I'm in college. The 1K is the most I can do. Yeah, look, I understand, the tricky thing about this is like, it's life, right? So we have this, like, if you just put 10K in, if you just like bought 10K of this at these prices, like, you could come out with this much money. But I understand, like, so many people can't do that, right? So many people don't have the money to just be able to dump into the market. And that's unfortunate, right? So that's like where we go, well, should we DCA or should we just like accumulate a whole bunch of like cash and then like maybe we'll have 3 or 4 or 5K cash for when the market does crash? It's like, I think if someone was to ask me, Kyron, like, what is something you could say to everyone and not be like, oh, if this, then that, you know what I mean? Like, if the market crashed, then you might want to have $3,000 to put into it. It's like the best thing to do by far. Everyone says it's so boring, but it definitely works. It's just DCA. And I like to DCA when the markets are favorable to DCA. I don't want to DCA when we're on the up and up. I'm looking to then like maybe take some positions, as you guys saw in my previous videos, right? So yeah, I don't like following like every Friday at 3 p.m. I'll get home from work or whatever and I just put $10 in all my projects. That's not my real thing, right? Jeffrey, what's my thoughts on Arbitrum? To be honest, mate, like Arbitrum, see, I would much prefer Polygon just because what they're doing is so much better in my opinion. But I must say, Arbitrum, they have the Arbitrum Nova, I think, which is like their gaming side of things, and they also have another side network as well doing something else. But the Nova is pretty cool. I definitely don't like the fact, the way the network is set up, that there's only one central node. It's just kind of like how IOTA currently is, right? Where everything passes through the network and it's seen by the all-seeing eye, right? So in my opinion, do I think that, it's falls into the play of what a cryptocurrency is by definition of decentralization? No, but I definitely do think that it's we can't kind of expect the best. And the way it's designed, I think it's focused on roll-ups, right? Well, of course they're all roll-ups, but is it ZK roll-ups? I know there's a distinction, right? And the way it's set up is it can only have one node. Otherwise, it's like unfeasible. The other problem I have with it is, from, again, the limited research I have done on it, is that, well, you have everything passing through the one node, but settlement times can take like up to like a couple weeks, like for guaranteed finality, right? I forget the word for it. It's not called guaranteed finality. It's called something else, but you know what I'm saying. Videos have been on fire lately. Thanks, Richie. Appreciate that so much, mate. Earth Prospector, my man. Cheers, mate. Love your channel and your content is top notch. Thank you so much. It's always great hearing from you. Really is. IOTA XRP XLM Alliance. Oh, honestly, wouldn't surprise me. Align. Is that actually happening? Is that actually happening? I'm looking at doing a video. Okay, guys, I want your opinion, right? Before we start jumping into some projects here, do you want to see kind of like a large list in a small video of like tools you can use in cryptocurrencies with the breakdowns? You guys know those boards I like creating, and I love creating them, by the way. That's why I do so much. But essentially, all the tools I would recommend amongst the you know, in researching basically, that can reduce the time and what it takes to research projects that are somewhat accurate, right? I don't like looking at, you know, websites that give you inaccurate information. There's lots of them, and it's very dangerous. That's why I always say, like, go to the first party source, or the, you know, the horse's mouth itself. But these are the ones that I would probably recommend people look at. And so I'm looking at doing that. If you guys want to see that video, let me know. Sweet. ICP is proper. Yeah. Yeah, ICP, guys. I don't know why people like crapping on ICP. I mean, I rated it an S in my video where I was ranking projects. And it's one of those things in crypto where you come against a lot of people's ideologies and their strong beliefs. It's tribalism, right? You challenge people. And that's why it's kind of hard with like politics and stuff like that as well. You're like, I'm X and the other person's something else, and they instantly don't like you. It's like, we're still the same people. It's just that you believe in something that I don't, and that's completely fine. We can have, you know, contrary beliefs, but I think ICP is one of those ones a lot of people are going to give you a lot of slack for, but in the long term they're going to go, oh crap, you just got to kind of wait it out. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of things about crypto. So guys, give me some suggestions. Let me know what you've been going through during the week, right? If it's not projects you're looking at, what do you want to know? What's on your mind that you're like, I want Kyron's opinion, right? I'm not going to get to every single question, of course. I'm going to try my hardest, but I'm here to help you. It's my effing job, right? It's literally my job. I'm your public servant number one. So if I can make anything easier for you, even if I can't answer it now, it might be a video idea. I'm going to have Ruby John. He's going to go in there and he's just going to look through some of the comments and just highlight them for me. Some of the possible video ideas, or any sort of questions you might have into specific things. And again, you know, give us a bit of slack here. We're still trying to figure things out, but I want to help you guys, right? Because I know how hard it is when you first get into crypto to understand things, right? It took me probably 15, 16 months just reading through white papers. And, you know, as you guys can go back on my channel, it used to take me like a week or two to make a video because I used to like look really deeply, and not everyone can do that. So have you been loading up on Algo? No, I haven't been loading up on Algorand because of the lawsuits. I've definitely, like, don't get me wrong, like, buying in very cheap is definitely a good thing to do if you believe in the project for the long term. But just like a trader, we must know when to hold and when to fold. You know, like, this is a game, guys, and as much as you love the project, I'm never in bed with my projects. As much as I say HBAR is a fantastic project, or Quant, if they come out tomorrow and said, hey, well, the SEC is like, hey, we you know, this is an official security now, well, you can damn well bet my sentiment's going to change, and I'm going to sell some of my tokens. I'm not in bed with any of them. I might talk about them and because I believe in them, and I can see underneath the surface level stuff, but I'm never like, oh my God. So like with Algorand's one of my favorite projects, and I look up to Silvio more than probably anyone else in the space. And so, but I've got to obviously protect my capital, right? Yeah, George, I think I will create that video, bro. I think I will create it. Yeah. My goal for the stream is to get you to give BitSensor some attention. I need your insights. Yeah, I've looked, you know, I have looked into BitSensor a little bit. BitTorrent. I have, God, I'm spelling it wrong, am I? Yeah, bit. Why isn't that coming up? Yeah, we looked in a BitSensor the other day, didn't we? Could you give me the ticker? 8V? Tau. Wow, right beneath it too. Oh, don't you guys just hate the new CoinMarketCap layout? Oh, I don't know. That's like, I mean, I'm in you know, CoinMarketCap every day. It's so annoying. So annoying. What is this? You gotta love the edgy websites, don't you? It takes you a minute to figure out what they're doing. Now, okay, let's have a quick read about this. And you guys know when I first jump on a website, right, I'm looking for the meme. I'm looking for that instant, like, what is it? And was it Vechain we looked at the other week? And I was just like, wow, this is a very promising project. Like, everyone talks about it, right? And I'll be honest, like, some of the more popular projects I know about, I just haven't researched, right? So I couldn't really answer a question. And we were looking through it, and I was like, why do they have, like, paragraphs of text on their website? Like, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Simplicity is key, and if you can explain your project in one or two sentences, that's ideal, right? Especially if it brings across the meme, the boiled down USP. BitSensor is an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network. Okay, oh righto, so it's like AI. Machine learning tools train collaboratively and are rewarded in Tau according to the information they offer the collective. Yeah, sick, cool, man. Open. The protocol is accessible to anyone, anytime, anywhere. Join us. Tau incentivized serves both reward for intelligence contributions and access to the network. Yeah, man. Okay. It's a parachain, isn't it? See, it's like I'm looking up here for the stats. It's like, why change your design, CoinMarketCap? Okay, so it's fairly large. That's good. Yeah, I'm you know, I'm gonna save it over here. I don't save very many things to my taskbar, mind you. It's somewhat small, so don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have a look. I'm looking at doing more reviews, guys, but I think on the weeks that I do one video a day, I think that's when I'll pump out a whole bunch of like individual reviews on projects, because trying to do 2 videos a day in the level of detail I like to go into, it's impossible, right? Mina versus Chainlink. Good question, Louis. Good bloody question. Because the thing is, right, they're not really competitors right now at all. Right? One's a layer 1 network that focuses on privacy, and one is an Oracle service that is looking to bring in the CCIP or cross-chain interoperability protocol. So you've got 2 different projects and narratives, but Mina is creating a ZK Oracle, which means that it's a zero knowledge proof Oracle. Therefore, the really cool thing is that you can pretty much extract information from any Web 2 website there might be, right? Actually, I should get Mina up to show you this. And you don't have to notify the website at all. You know, you can just extract the data. And so that's going to be like an absolute game changer, right? You have like a protocol like API 3, for example, which is that, and like an API Oracle service where you pull obviously directly from the source, the first party source itself, which is cool, right? Because Chainlink more is a third party source thing where you have a whole bunch of nodes collect the data, come to a consensus on the data, and then ship it off. But if Mina can even get one step above the API 3 and go, hey, we don't even need an API, we don't need to request that from the person or the website itself, that's huge. That's huge, and that's like not even their main thing. And this is why I'm really bullish on the up 2025 for Mina, because they have so much coming out. It's like, if they can push this into early 2025, man, this is going to have some explosive returns. Right, that's kind of my TLDR. I'm not going to check the website. That's actually I will, because here it is. While I just open up some other ZK apps. Yeah, anyway, 22 kilobyte blockchain size is pretty gnarly too. How do we recognize and stay away from shills on YouTube? Look, this is a beautiful question, because the more you know about crypto, the more you can spot shills, the more you can gauge an idea of how someone's talking. Now, let me be very clear here. you have YouTubers, right, that aren't people that know a lot. They're just personalities. And I try to be both. I try to be someone who's expressive, and I use my hands and try to break the sort of the fourth wall or whatever it is. But you have other YouTubers that try to just focus on being a personality. They don't really know too much. They just know how to talk, and they're just one of you, right? And I respect that. But then you have the YouTubers who try to come across as if they know what they're talking about, and that is dangerous, because you can spot the ones that are kind of like just a personality, right? Because they're very open, right, with it all. But the ones that are like, oh, I know this, and I'm talking about this, and they're talking about like Quant being a blockchain, and like or Hedera Hashgraph being a blockchain or a DAG, it's like, no, that's some very basic level stuff. And like, so the more you know about individual projects, or the more you know about how the system works, the better. Now, I understand everyone's not going to be able to go, hey, well, I'm going to just like learn, you don't have to learn like Merkle trees or like that sort of complicated like propagation, but more so like individual consensus mechanisms and stuff like that. But if you can know at least the project they're talking about, you'll be able to pick up on the BS, because you'll be, you'll hear someone mention, yeah, Quant's a blockchain. You're like, what the hell? And then instantly it like disregards everything that person says. And then you're like, why are they making this video in the first place, right? It is harder for the smaller videos, for the smaller projects where, it's like they're very nuanced. But if you can kind of get a good sense that the person's like just absolutely just rinsed, and they're just like spitting out a whole bunch of randomness, and you can tell like they're just like, it's their first take, I kind of don't know. It's like almost instinctive. Just go with your gut. That would probably be my answer to that question, as stupid as that might sound. Go with your gut. If you in private, right, because my DMs are always open on Twitter. I might not get back to you in a day or two, but I'll get back to you. If you're curious about someone, DM me and just ask, like in confidence, like, hey, what do you think about this person? And I'll just tell you what I honestly think about them. Right? I might just rate them out of 10. Because I do feel bad about talking about people like that. Unless they really are scammers, in that case, yeah, screw them. Sorry about if I'm being annoying. You never are, mate. I'm kind of new to it. One last question: is $350 a week? Is $350 weekly in the right coins enough? Yeah, mate. Do whatever you can afford to lose, not invest, but lose. Okay, because my friend, like, I personally am preparing for a Black Swan event, which is when the market suddenly crashes. Now, this might not happen until past 2025. I know it's going to happen before 2026 or around 2026, because a lot of macro cycles come to an end around that time. And this is why it's good to keep up with the macro news, right? But I have a lot of money on standby for that, okay? And so I'm not like dollar cost averaging every single week like some other people. I definitely have been, right? But I've kind of put it on pause recently. I just feel like it's probably more beneficial for me to hold off at that point, because if you're someone who like dollar cost average every single week, that's fine. I'm not going to say don't do that, because it's proven to work. But I would say just there's a possibility you'll wake up one day and it's like everything's like 50-60% down. You're like, the world's coming to an end. And then you might wish that you had some more cash on the side. So I would just say, like, it's not going to hurt you to have some build up cash. If you want to split that in half and invest half of that, whatever it is, 125 or 175 in projects, and then the other 175 goes in your back pocket just in case a Black Swan happens. That's what I would probably say. If you can do that, you're not going to go wrong, right? Bacon and eggs. What's my thought on Vechain in the long term? To be honest, again, Vechain is not a project that I've looked into deeply. I mean, we've gone through it a couple times in previous live streams now, and you're going to see in a second why I don't like it, right? Again, it's one that I really, really do need to just dig into, because it aligns with sort of my narrative, my vision for crypto, and I believe past 2025, a lot of the projects that we deem as like this question we have in crypto, like, oh, we have 25,000 coins. Like, maybe this microcap layer one is like the next best thing. It's like, no, it's not. No, it is not, right? And so all those options are going to be pushed away very, very soon, and only the best will rise. And I think Vechain has the potential to do that, and that's sort of the projects and the narrative I try to look for in the future. And so therefore, I think it's a good one for me to look into. I am strapped for time, especially on the week where I'm going to be doing 2 videos a day. But I might actually review this. I might actually review this next week when I have the 1 video weeks. I'm going to pump out a whole bunch of individual, because I know you guys like the individual reviews, right? And that's kind of my bread and butter. That's what I like doing. But I like to be a perfectionist and get things right. So they do take a long time to do. Yeah, you see what I'm saying here with all the text? Like, why? I don't think you have to be a smart person. And this is what's concerning. Think of a website, the front page of the website, the homepage, as you're walking down the main street, and that's their front of the business. And the equivalent of this, right? The equivalent of Vechain with all this text is, just imagine like a clothing store where they have the mannequins and stuff. Just imagine they just, in the glass behind where they have like that room where it's like the back part of it in the glass, they just threw a whole bunch of mannequins in there and just threw a whole bunch of clothes in there. You're like, what am I even looking at? And that's the equivalent of this. We want it to be clean, concise, tell the story, right? I don't care how popular, I don't care how many billions of dollars this project has in the market cap. How much does it actually have in it? 1 billion, right? I don't care. This to me is basic stuff. I'll argue with this. I'll argue the team on this, right? This is basic stuff. I mean, it depends. Like, if they're going after the commercial market, I think it's even more so, matter of fact, important to actually get this right. Okay. To answer your question, I need to look into it for the long term. For the long term of it, if it's a layer one network, we might have some. If it's just a general purpose blockchain, I don't know too much about enterprise grade layer 1 smart contract. This is okay, guys. Let's run through a little thing here, right? We're gonna do a meme test, right? This is my video I made last night. And before I get to some of your questions, sorry guys, I'm gonna punch through a whole bunch of these because I'm really far behind here. And but to answer, so we're looking at the meme, okay? So VET is a versatile enterprise grade layer 1 smart contract platform. That means diddly squat. That's just stating what it is, right? So that's not telling us, oh, this is what, you know, oh, Vechain, let's like look at buying this. Every other project is a layer 1 enterprise grade smart contract platform. Vechain began in 2015 as a private consortium chain working with a host of enterprises to explore applications of blockchain. That's a cool little bit of history. That's actually a cool way to start up, right? Vechain would begin their transition to a public blockchain in 2017 with the ERC20 token VEN before launching the mainnet VET. Okay, so that's actually, I haven't really heard that before. They started as a private enterprise grade, consortium, and then they came to public. That's actually really cool. I like that. Vechain aims to use distributed governance or an Internet of Things technologies to create an ecosystem which solves major data hurdles for multiple global industries, from medical to energy, food. Okay, so yeah, this sounds cool to me. See, that starts to spruce my interest up. The fact that, and now this isn't a meme, but it just excites me that they actually started off, you know, in that space and they've moved across. That's cool. That's cool. And then IoT and all that sort of stuff is good buzzwords here. So if they're focusing on distributed governance and Internet of Things, Jesus, that to me is more so like their narrative and their niche, which is good. Like XDC is TradeFi. That's what I like to look for, because then we have a clear, this is their market, this is how much they can penetrate and how they're doing against actual competitors, right? And so we can move on from there, and that's where we can get into like what the consensus is and why it might be better than existing systems and blah, 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 right? So yeah. Okay, now to answer some questions real quick. I just don't want to be looking down a lot. I want to actually be giving you lots of value, so that's why I'm kind of limited here. Any new protocol news today? I have just kind of honestly gotten to work before the live stream, so I was up. I've only had 4 hours sleep last night, so yeah, I haven't checked anything yet. Coddy, honestly, bro, I don't really look into Coddy too much, to be honest with you. The payment network thing doesn't really spruce my interest. Thank you, Earth, killing it, buddy. Did not change a thing. Thank you, man. That actually means a lot. But again, guys, if you have any suggestions for anything, videos, just down here, right? Let me know if you want to see a video idea. Just type in video idea and then give me an idea, right? Because again, I'm here to serve you, right? That's my whole purpose, is to make content for you. So, and 2 videos a day definitely does stretch the imagination, right? You do have to there's only certain amounts of creativity you have before it's like, okay, I'm starting to run low here. What else can I create, right? What are your thoughts on the original Bitcoin protocol, BSV? I love BSV, JP. I love BSV. You know, sue me. I'm a big blocker at heart. And we can thank Kurt Workett Jr. for that. He definitely incentivized me to look into that aspect of things. I think the way that they moved Bitcoin to where it is right now is definitely moved away from its intended purpose, right? That white paper Satoshi wrote is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, not electronic digital gold system, right? So yeah, BSV kind of upholds that, you know, Bitcoin Satoshi vision. So that's why I like it. Am I invested in it? No, because and this is very bad, very, very bad of me, right? But I kind of fear it's not going to be, again, 2025 is going to be a lot of retail speculation. So I feel like maybe it might get pushed down and suppressed a little bit. I think they have a lot of room to grow here, but, and again, they are quite centralized, right? Just kind of like the real Bitcoin in a way. So that kind of worries me a bit. Idea, projects that extend Bitcoin usability, such as Interlay. Yes, actually, I'm going to screenshot that, man. Wallace, John, if you could go through there. Wallace, is it Oliveira? He said here about the Bitcoin usability. We might make that into a video. Great one, mate. Thank you. I hate the new CoinMarketCap layout. Yeah, thank you, man. I love it when I find the old layout on an old project. Like, I just love it. Do you believe AI will be the next bull run narrative? And is Render your top AI pick? Yeah, I would say, like, Render is definitely, if we're talking about AI, I haven't really dived into AI. If I was to pick an AI coin, it would definitely be Render. And I think it will definitely be a narrative. Like, it's definitely a new narrative now. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be a huge part of the industry. So just remember, there's going to be definitely a narrative, I believe, that's like, oh, AI coins, AI coins. So you want to obviously be exposed to that. And I think Render is probably, in my opinion, one of those best projects to do so. There's so much upside with that thing, right? Okay. How much H-bar do I have? About 200,000. Not too much, man. I know other people have a lot more than I do. Yeah. There's only so much you can work with. Osmosis? Yeah, man. I think Osmosis is pretty cool, to be honest with you. Osmosis? Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been dollar cost averaging into Cosmos for a little bit here, and I've recently stopped. But Osmosis obviously is its own independent network that's just like a massive DEX, essentially, right? It's cool. Like, I think it's an awesome project. I remember I did some little bit of digging on it, and I was like, there is a little concern I have. Yeah, but you see, I don't think DeFi is going to be as crucial in 2025 as what it has been in the past, like that massive DeFi summer we had. I could definitely be wrong, and it most likely will be. Like, there probably will be a point in time where DeFi starts to spruce up a bit, but honestly, DeFi doesn't really interest me as much as what it used to. I used to be all in on DeFi, guys. It's just like, I've got so many other interesting projects, like the foundational projects, the layer 1, the layer 0s, the layer 1.5s, the ones that are actually looking to make an impact. Again, if I like to look at crypto as 200 or 300 projects max, right? And the other ones are just nothingness, right? And until we have some sort of frameworks in place and the space is a lot more transparent, I think, and we get rid of the scammers, I think those projects are going to be the ones that shine. Osmosis probably will be one that sticks through, in my opinion, okay? But I definitely want to focus more on the foundational projects, right? And they are safer too. Bitcoin Cash has done the development. Even Roger Ver left. Yeah, I don't really follow Bitcoin Cash too much, guys. It's for me, it's like, yeah, why? I'm not gonna bother with it. Love Mina, dislike the heavy inflation and token distribution. Yeah, man. It sucks. They had that supercharged reward system set up. Luckily, I got in an ICO, so that was beneficial to me. But still, like, inflation is quite high, right? It's just eating our rewards alive. As you guys should know, like, even 5 to 7% inflation, if you can't offset that inflation with staking, delegating, whatever it might be, it does eat away your rewards. Like, in 2 years, it might eat away. If you put in 10 grand, it might take away $1,000 or $1,500, which actually is quite crap. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's gonna go up in price, sure, but it's still not desirable. But in the long term, like we're talking about 2030 here, 7 years away, that really has a huge impact, right? Jimmy, welcome, man. Interested in my view on Radix? Yep. let me pull this up real quick and let me just buzz through a whole bunch of questions. My problem is I like to give very detailed, from the heart answers to these questions, which is good, but it definitely, like, you know, leads me off on a wild goose chase sometimes. Gaming coins are meh. Yeah, I'm not too fast. That's what I'm exposed. I'm exposed to a game developer, if you will, Gala, but, or at least a little bit, but I don't really think I'm gonna like jump into any individual games just yet, like sandboxes. Is the hype around XRP real, or does Ripple pay these people? No, I think it's real. My only concern, and again, Ripple's one of those projects I haven't like, and there's so much. There's like people dedicated their hours and hours out of their days to just do Ripple research. So like, for me to come over here and be like, oh, this is what I think, I feel like that's a bit of an injustice to those people. But in my opinion, I've heard rumors that Ripple has another, like a back-end coin or something like that, where, and you guys could probably know a bit more about this than me, that the actual banks and stuff will use. My biggest thing with crypto, and okay, let me put my phone down real quick and just actually tell you guys this, because this is probably some of the most important information I could say to you. I am a little bit worried with crypto, to be completely candid, because there is like cryptocurrencies where we can buy the tokens. These are public networks, right? And so whenever you have public networks, who's going to want to use those networks? Well, you're going to want the public, right? A very transparent thing where it's like, you might have applications and people coming into the ecosystem, and then they're going to use it. They don't really care if people can see their transactions, because they're like, well, no one's looking for my transactions, of course, unless your IRS or, you know, your tax man pretty much wants to pretty much figure out what you're doing. But for the most part, if it's about privacy, yeah, no one really cares about the average Joe, right? But look at the business side of things, right? And what is a business going to want to use a public network for? Well, in my opinion, it's going to want to extract data, which is why I like HBAR and its mirror node network, right? They can extract data from the public network to use to better their systems and stuff. But who's going to want to put all their systems on a public network? So it is crucial that if a project wants, or if a project that's a cryptocurrency wants to tackle the enterprise market, they have to have an adequate token absorption schematic that absorbs the token demand from private networks in some way, right? Or it's like, yeah, we can build you a private network, you can run your own private network, but the minute you want to like hook up to access the public network to interact with other private networks or the public infrastructure, you got to pay us. And HBAR does, right? HBAR does absorb all of that sort of stuff, which is why I'm particularly bullish. But my concern is that projects aren't utilizing this. And this is stuff the average Joe doesn't know about, right? Or would even begin to think about, right? Because at this stage, we're beyond crypto, we're beyond economics, we're beyond technology. What we are looking at this point is a business model. We're looking at a business model which is overlooked a lot. Okay, and I try to add it into my videos when I can and stuff like that. You know, I've made multiple videos now on token absorption and business models. Particularly the one, if you're going to watch one video on this, it's the one about Algorand versus HBAR, which pretty much absorbs better value, right? And HBAR did absorb more value, but I chose Algorand because Algorand offers more. But in hindsight, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think I probably should have picked HBAR because it did absorb more value. You know, sometimes we make videos and we kind of go back and think, oh, yeah, maybe not, right? But essentially, what I'm kind of getting at here is like, what is the actual need for the public token itself? And a lot of times there is no real need. So a lot of the times, like a layer 1 enterprise grade, you know, you saw the Vechain before. Okay, well, how's the token actually being used here? And until you dive into the real nitty gritty of it and look at their actual enterprise solution, you might be shocked, because it's like, well, we might have all the biggest businesses in the world using the network because it might be the best in the world. But if it's not actually being absorbed, well, I'm investing, or I'm speculating in this project for it to go up in price, when in reality, it's only going to go up in price from other people speculating as well. It's a meme coin at that point, right? There's no actual gradual demand. So very careful. Also, we look at projects like Quant. My biggest qualm with Quant is the fact that Quant, look, these guys are, it's proven now that these guys are really working with big people, the biggest you can possibly get, the Bank of International Settlements. They're working with actual central banks now, okay? So as we start to develop a little bit more, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so why do these people need the QNT token? Obviously to transact in the network, for gateways. If they want to create a gateway between two different networks, they're going to have to establish a gateway node. Things like that. But wouldn't it just make more sense if Quant went, forget the QNT token. We're going to create an internal currency that you guys can pay us. It's just valuable to us, right? Because you pay it in USD like they can. And we'll give you the tokens. And that token obviously means something within the network. So, and again, it's just a smart contract on Ethereum, guys. And because they're working with the biggest people in the world, as long as those people say, hey, Quant, you know, you guys can get rid of that. We're not going to say anything. We're not going to, you know, file charges because you dumped on your community. Who cares, right? Let's just keep going. Well, that's what I'm concerned about. Or I'm concerned that, you know, there could even be a private instance. I don't think so. My main concern is the first thing I just mentioned to you. Okay, so be very well aware. This is a massive side of the industry no one talks about. And sorry for the rant, but I think that needed to be said very candidly. Okay. Kyron flexing on us right now. I hope I'm not. Hey, look, I had my coffee this morning, guys. This is the secret sauce, right? If you want to level up, actually, no, I'm not going to try to push you guys to get addicted to coffee. That's very, very bad. Too many coins, not enough money, no cash. Yes, that's why I say, you know, good question. I'm glad you mentioned that, Scott. Yeah, a lot of projects. My thing is, don't think about that, bro. Like, don't look at all the projects. Just focus on one at a time. Give yourself 1 week. We're in a bear market, right? Give yourself at least a few days to look into the project by yourself. Don't go straight to YouTube. You might do that just to hear someone's point of view on it, but definitely don't take that and start to go, he said it was good, so, oh, this looks concerning, but it's okay. He said it's good. No. Formulate your own opinions. Even if you have to jump in here first and just have a look at the overview or wherever the about section is, right? Have a look. Is this part of like what you love? Do you love Radix, a layer 1 smart contract platform that started as a problem? Okay. Okay, it's dropping numbers, which is good, right? There's plenty of these around, so is it really that good? I mean, I will definitely check this out. I'm sorry to the person that requested this. Check this out now. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you love the project to begin with, love what it's doing, and then look into it a little bit more. Because then there can be 100 million tokens out there, but you got the ones you love, you know? Okay. Again, guys, if you have any video ideas, I mean, I'm trying to do 2 videos a day this week, so I get thin on ideas sometimes. So I want to make sure I'm keeping things fresh and what you want to see. So down below, again, leave video idea dash and your idea, and we'll get to it. Jasmy, no good. Is Jasmy good? This is the thing. As I said in my video, Jasmy, the idea of Jasmy is super cool, right? And it's going to be really important moving forward. And it's also in a good market. It's in the Japanese Asian market, which is ideal for IoT. There's IoT everything over there. For every phone and computer and we have, right, they have 100 times more, right? So it's perfect. Also, they have like one of, if not the largest trade market in the world, okay? There's like 14 trillion US dollars that gets passed through that market every single year. And you think about IoT sensors and all that sort of thing. And it's got a great culture with food and things like that. So keeping those things at the right temperature is important. So yes, Jasmy just pretty much says, hey, you can upload your data, especially if it's individuals, right? Through the PDLs, personal data lockers. Upload it, it's in a locker, secure, so it's safe. And then if you want, get this data and sell it off to companies, because ultimately these companies are already selling your data online, but then you can sell your IoT data, which is like, you know, more intimate stuff. It's your phone, for example. It's your watch, or it's even things like your bloody lights, for example. It could be anything that connects to Bluetooth or the internet. And so that's cool, but what's incentivizing people to do that? Well, they get the Jasmy token. Okay, well, they get the Jasmy token on the PDL lockers, and then so what's the enterprises doing? They're buying that, and the enterprises are pretty much what's paying the users. So you have to have both sides of the coin to essentially start. Now, once that sort of network flywheel starts, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to get out of control, which is good for us, right? But until that happens, until we hit that sweet spot, it's pretty much a meme coin at this point, just like every other project pretty much is. That's my honest opinion on Jasmy. Just a lazy 200K, my man. Hey, if you think it's lazy, give me some money, man. You know, I'll put it right in a H-bar for you. Yeah. What does your recording area look like? You know what? I really should show you guys. Actually, go ahead right now and follow me on Twitter. If you guys want, if you guys go ahead, and how many likes do we currently have on the live stream here? 11 likes. Come on, guys. If we can get this video, this live stream, up to 25 likes before it ends. No. 30 likes. Come on now. There's 75 of us in here. If we can get this up to 30 likes before this live stream ends, after this on Twitter, I'll go straight away and I'll put up a video of what my setup, the entire setup looks like. So you guys can get a good peek into exactly what I'm dealing with, my whole office setup. 30 likes. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Easily doable. $50 likes should be good, John. Yeah, I mean, I want at least 30. I know we can do it. All right, I'm at the bottom of the list here. Let's take a look at Radix because I'm not full of empty promises. So radically different DeFi. Actually, let me get a little sip of water here first because my mouth's starting to get a bit funky. Welcome to the full stack for DeFi, the only decentralized network that lets you build rewards everyone who makes it better and scales without friction. Sounds like Aster. A game changer for building DeFi programming environment that will enable fast and secure. Okay, so guys, yeah, I mean, this is another good example, right? So I'm looking for the meme. What am I looking for here? So far, they've really said nothing. System of on-ledger royalties that will reward those who contribute dApp code to the ecosystem. Okay, that's kind of different, isn't it? A consensus algorithm that will provide unlimited scalability without breaking DeFi composability. Is the only decentralized network where developers will be able to build quickly without the constant threat of exploits and hacks, where every improvement will get rewarded, and where this is a bit different. So yeah, it's not like Acer. I was thinking Acer sort of like, you know, you can have like this cool staking environment where you can stake to individual applications and things like that, but this is like actually rewarding people for putting like submitting code. I'll be honest, to the individual that sorry mate, I forgot who you were, that mentioned Radix, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really pique my interest, man. It's not really sprucing me up. That if that's a major benefit that they're offering, which by the sound of it is like what on the website, that's what they're kind of pushing so far, and because every platform, you know, boasts that it's enable fast and secure development, I think they may be focusing on DeFi a lot here. So in that case, if they're focusing on DeFi, they're going to have to be quite interoperable, yeah? EVM compatible is probably going to be very important in this case. So yeah, they're just kind of like incentivizing developers to create code, which they're going to reward. If that's their main sort of USP, then that's not good enough. That's not a strong enough meme for me, because that's not really like something you want to be buying into, right? Yeah. But don't let me disincentivize you from Radix, because this is something I'll have to go through the white paper. By the way, let me know if you want to see me go through the white paper on some of these projects. Now that's going to take probably 10 minutes to go through an example. We'll read it together and you'll see how my brain works. I don't know if that's kind of the purpose of these live streams. Definitely moving forward, as I mentioned at the start of the video, for those of you who are joining me now and missed it, for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing these AMA style ones where you can ask me questions or just request video ideas, and I'll put them into action for you and, you know, obviously answer those as best as I can. And then after 4 weeks, I'm going to start doing what I intend these live streams to mainly be for. The first half is going to be for announcing news on the last week's latest projects. I have a gentleman in the chat now, Dimitri, who's helping me out with that. He's the one collecting all the information for me, and we're going to talk about it nice and live. And then the other half can be for AMA. So you guys are getting value. But honestly, as I said at the start of the live stream, like my conundrum with doing that right now is that I might not be as succinct as what other live streamers are people who do live streams all the time because, you know, they're used to just being very sporadic and kind of following up information. Whereas me, I'm used to, you know, carefully collecting data and making sure, like, when I think about what I'm saying and doing multiple cuts. So, you know, I have the benefit of obviously being a YouTuber here, not doing live streams. So I want to make sure when I do live stream, I'm going to have a nice polished product, essentially. Okay. How long have we been? We've almost been going for an hour now. We'll do it for 10 more minutes, guys. We will go for an hour. So any of your questions, again, that you have been wondering during the week, anything regarding any of my videos, questions in the videos or individual projects, I'm not going to muck you around and say, hey, look, if you request me to look into a project, if I like it, I'm going to save it probably up here. If I don't like it, like Radix didn't really pique my interest too much, I'm probably just going to tell you exactly how it is, right? So have no fear, the truth is here. Someone have that on the shirt, actually. Have no fear, the truth is here. Matter of fact, someone clip that. Oh, look at me thinking I'm a big live streamer. Jesus, someone clip that, please. We're past 30. Okay, we are past 30. Are we? Damn, my thing's lagging behind. Maybe we were close enough to 30 all along. 58, my God, guys, thank you so much. We have 58 likes. We doubled what my expectation was. Yeah, again, this is the downside of using my phone here. Wow, okay. I am going to show you my entire setup. I don't care, it's gonna be like a 3 or 4 minute video. I'm gonna take you through everything here. I'm not gonna clean anything up. You guys are gonna see how I live and how I work fully off the cusp. Yeah, I made a video a long time ago when I first moved into the office, but now obviously I've been in here for the last, 8 months now? 8 months, that's crazy. And so yeah, I'm really excited. A lot of work's gone into the setup. I've recently got a gentleman actually working like in here now with me. So we've got a bit more of a setup going on, right? Do you like chicken? Yes, I like chicken. When I trained, it was pretty much bodybuilding for 9 years. So I was having chicken pretty much every single day. It's chicken or steak. It's very expensive. And recently, the last 8 months, I've gone away from gymming and eating healthy because I've been trying to focus my time on YouTube. But once I start getting a bit of an income, I'll, you know, dive back into that. So chicken's definitely one thing that I've probably eaten too much of. ADA future, I like ADA. I think ADA is going to be a general purpose blockchain, probably better than Ethereum in my opinion. It might actually be the actual ETH killer, right? And this is the thing, like when we're talking about blockchains, what's their purpose? If they're a general purpose blockchain like Cardano, right, they have to have a good ecosystem. What are they doing? Enterprise grade stuff? Yeah, they might be, but their main focus is within Web3, in which they can penetrate, right? Because Ethereum recently said that they're not going to be doing the level of sharding that they thought they were going to be doing, the network sharding, which means there's no individual shards anymore, which means layer 2 solutions are the shards essentially, which I believe leaves a huge door open for network sharded Web3 based layer 1 projects, right? So yeah, prosperous is my answer. I like because of the cold brew. Thanks, man. Actually, this is from Macca's, or that's the term we say for McDonald's, right? McCafe. I don't really buy coffee very much. I make my own coffee. But today was a live stream, so I thought, you know what, I've got to be pretty energetic. Keep doing these. Thanks, man. I definitely will. I got sick twice in a row. It's just a bit of a crap shit show, right? But yeah, I'm definitely back now. It's winter over here in Australia, and I'm very prone to the cold. Anything below 25 degrees Celsius gets me pretty much sick if I'm in that temperature for a while. So yeah, you might see me getting a bit sick. Which altcoin is my favorite? Between Quant and HBAR. It really does depend. I'm 99% sure I've said HBAR in the past, but that's just kind of me like going guessing game, really. They're both pretty much on par with one another. I just own more of HBAR right now. Thoughts on LCX? I think it's interesting. I did a little bit of research on it because I was going to do a video on it, and I decided not to because it didn't really didn't really get me going, you know. And sometimes with videos, like if the project's not getting me going, I don't want to do the research. And I think that's why the channel is really good, because it's a reflection of my it's a reflection of my beliefs, right? So yeah, it's great. It's an exchange, right? I think it's really cool. I think what they're doing is awesome, right? Because they're actually tailoring towards a proper market. So yeah, I think it's actually interesting. I didn't get to the point of figuring out how the token was integrated within the network itself, or the exchange. So yeah, that's one thing to think about, because I'm guessing most of us, when we talk about like what is a quality project, is project X quality, we're talking about buying the token for future appreciation. So yeah, that's why I kind of always talk about value capture. Sir, please make a video or tell someone about these two coins. YF DAI Finance, and I'm gonna look that up now, man, because that sounds very memey to me. And yeah, I don't really cover meme coins. I could be wrong. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna cover this one. It's a meme coin, yeah. Yeah. It's based on a meme coin. Nah, I don't like meme coins, bro. And I think that's for very good reason. I respect the question though. I just don't want to promote meme coins because I just think it's completely gambling. ADA versus Algo versus HBAR. If I had some money to put in those, how much break? It depends how much you're putting in. I'd probably just. I mean, again, not financial advice. I personally, if I had those three options and I had a gun to my head and said, how much would you put 10K into for each? I would definitely go probably 5 grand HBAR, probably like 3 grand Algo, 2 grand ADA. Something like that. So yeah, you can just divide that up, 50%, 30%, and so on and so forth. Do you have any stocks, AI, besides Render? No. Actually, I was thinking eventually when I free up the process, when I can do 2 videos a day continually, when I've got a team together, and these things are happening very quickly without, me spending 16 hours a day in the office, I want to actually start a new channel doing the same thing I'm doing with stocks, because it's the same premise, but we're talking about, it's even cooler in my opinion, because we're talking about actual businesses we can literally almost go and see, right? So I think I want to have this no BS crypto and no BS stocks. No one take that damn channel name, I swear. If I come across at that point, if someone's got no BS stocks, I'm not paying you for it. I'm going to have to come up with a different name. Can we expect another video on RSR Saito? Eagerly waiting for you to drop 5 real-world asset altcoins. Yes, good suggestion there. Imran, my brother, thank you. Yeah, RSR, it's a great project. I love it. I've made so many videos on it now. I don't know if I should make more. And also Saito, I've got it's a 2.5 hour interview with the founder, David. Now, the reason I haven't published that yet is because I've sort of changed the MO of the channel to be as detailed as I can be still, but also with respects that I've got a whole lot of new people in that don't want to watch a live stream for 2.5 hours. Even if I break that in half, it's an hour and 25 minutes. Even if I break that into quarters, we're still talking about a long time, right? It's like half an hour. So, and I don't want to have 4 quarters, for a live, for an interview. So I've put that off, but I definitely have it in my bag. We go into a fair bit of detail with Saito on that one. So yeah, so I definitely think that it's projects I want to talk about, but they're just not on my massive priority list right now. Thoughts on Cardano DeFi? Is that Wi-Fi? Thoughts on LP farming, video idea, enjoying your content? Yeah, LP farming. So I have the gentleman, Richie Me in the chat. He's going to be joining me for the live streams. He's focusing on the DeFi section, so he's going to almost be like my right-hand man when it comes to videos. You're going to be very familiar with Rich on the channel. He does a lot of research into DeFi and all that sort of stuff as well. So he will come on the live streams at one point, have that sort of second opinion, but also he'll have his own sort of videos eventually, right? We're talking about probably the next, between the next 3 to 6 months. He'll eventually start popping up on the channel a little bit. talking about DeFi, right? Because the whole goal of the channel is to give you no BS crypto content, right? Just the facts. It's how it is, right? And so we've got to have the full picture here. I can't just keep talking about the same 20 altcoins for the rest of my life, right? Things have to change. Have you heard of Chirpy? No, I actually haven't, bro. No, I actually haven't. I missed the deep dive video, or is that still in the works? I did that. It's about 2 or 3 months old now. Yeah, check that one out, man. It's like literally the one I did right before I started these new... You'll be able to tell, right? It's like right before the new title and the new green screen ideas. It's like the video or the video before that started to occur like 2 or 3 months ago. So yeah, it's definitely there. This is the perfect time for me in New Jersey. Awesome. That's the whole goal with this time right now, is to, you know, cater to the US market, and then we're going to move around the world every month. Thanks, Imran. Appreciate it, mate. On Vet earlier, yeah, I had a few thoughts on Vet earlier in the live stream, yeah. Do you have a Discord? Yes, I have a Discord. It should be in my link tree down below. Things are quite slow over there right now. Really, everyone's very, very friendly over there. Everyone's full of knowledge as well, which is the beautiful thing. Come in. We're trying to get the Discord up and up and up. Right now, we don't really have that much activity because there's very limited people in there. I try to come in when I can, but ultimately, guys, if you ask the questions, it's going to get answered in there at some point. So join the Discord, guys. The more active we can make that, the more people are communicating in there, the better, right? A network effect. Yeah, definitely have a Discord. Down below, guys. You should definitely join it if you have the time. I want to hold some more calls in there as well. So, yeah. My thoughts on, my opinion on how far Bitcoin will go up this bull run. Bitcoin isn't one I've really, done a price prediction on. I think the global market cap will go between $5 to $10 trillion, right? So if we're talking about Bitcoin's dominance being at like, what is that, 50% right now? Oh, that's actually quite good. Come on. Excluding Bitcoin. Ooh. Where are we here? Bitcoin, about, yeah, just over 50%. That's quite good. So if we're talking about that, right, and if it somehow maintains that, well, then we're talking about, if it goes to 10 trillion, that's $5 trillion. So then it's pretty simple, right? You just do the 5 trillion divided by the expected circulating supply, which, let's just say, you can just do worst case scenario and just do the whole 21. So we've got 5, what's that, billion, million, 100,000 divided by, all right, what's BTC? Oh, what am I talking about? 21 million. So this is kind of how easy it is, right? So $238,000, right? And so that would be, at the best case, 50% dominance across the whole market, or more would be better, right? And again, that's considering all the tokens are in circulation, which we all know that's not going to happen. More likely, again, there is the halving, so that's going to even reduce the emissions even more. Let's just say 19,500,000. It won't be, but this is how I do it, guys. Right? So yeah, 256,000 US dollars. Okay, so 256,000 divided by, quick maths, hey? 30,000. That's an 8.5x. So I mean, that's possibly the best case. 10 trillion global market cap, 50% dominance on Bitcoin, 19.5 million tokens in circulation at that point. So this is 8.5x. So this is why I don't buy Bitcoin. And you can probably say Ethereum might be about 15, 16, maybe best 20x. Like, probably not even going to happen, right? So we're talking about not much, right? And again, as I said in multiple videos, when you actually see a 3 or 4x, you're like ecstatic. Like, I know for firsthand, you put 3 grand in and then you 4x that, you're like, holy shit, look at this money I have. What the hell? I made this out of thin air. And that's also bad because you don't want to sell too. But, so I'm saying with an 8.5x, that's actually quite good. Again, best case, more likely probably between a 4 to 5x here. And so, yeah, I mean, like for most people, that's probably good if you want to do the safe route. For me, I want to create wealth, not preserve my little wealth I have. Comparatively. Reach out on Twitter. Awesome. I can be hard to get a hold of on Twitter. That's correct. Hit me up in the DMs. I might just go there after the live stream here and respond to a few people and just get back on that. Again, I'm going to make that video because you guys did me a huge favor and liked up this video massively. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to see how many likes we're at right now. 67. Wow, that's awesome. That's actually over how many people are watching right now. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. We're at the hour mark now. Thank you all so much. Just like I promised, I'm going to head over and show you my complete setup as it stands right now. I'm not going to even turn the cameras and the lights off. And so if you want to go and head over and have a look, please go follow me on Twitter. The links will be in my link tree in the description of this current live stream. And you'll get first-hand experience into what my current office looks like, okay? And give me a follow over there, and I'm going to respond to a few of your comments. Yes, I'm not as active on Twitter as what I would like to be. I probably check that once every maybe day or maybe every couple days. So, and in that, I don't get to every single comment. Okay. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Literally, this is my full-time job, and so without you guys, I couldn't do this. So that's why I'm saying so much. Like, if you have any suggestions for videos or you have any questions, let me know. Let me know, and I'm going to answer them for you. So, and if you have any ideas, you can just comment them on videos, right? So, thank you so much. Again, I appreciate every single damn one of you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live stream, but also the next videos. All right, and remember, I'm getting a haircut today, so yeah, be prepared to see something new. But you know, Seth, yeah, DM me on Twitter, brother. DM me on Twitter. Okay. All right, guys. I'm just going to wait till everyone sort of catches up with the live stream here. All right, that should be enough time. Okay, well, take care.